Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today we can see that the market is continuing its bull move higher, and I wanted to talk about how long this might last. Of course, there are different ways to look at this, but I think overall, on a longer term time frame, right? And I'm not talking super long. I'm thinking maybe a couple weeks out. I think that we're going to continue to move higher. In the short term, the cryptos that got some of the bigger moves may start to see a slight slowdown and pullback, go back to some reasonable levels, maybe test their breakout areas, and then continue to move higher again. This could happen in the next few days, maybe the next 2-3 days. So something to pay attention to, especially for the cryptos that got the bigger moves, but not a bad thing. And I'll hop over to the Coinbase charts just to show that the price action that we've had has been much healthier, right? A couple videos back, I mentioned manipulation, and we've kind of exited that pattern of suspicious price action. It's much more stable and moving up and downwards in a more reasonable manner. So you can see the increase was pretty gradual across all these charts here. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. I've been active again on there, so make sure to follow me. Link in the description to my Twitter. Now, I wanted to talk about some articles as well. So first off, Mike Novogratz, said that the crypto market is actually showing signs of a classic bottom, and he mentioned that the market is experiencing seller fatigue. So, I kind of like Mike Novogratz's philosophy on all this stuff, and overall, I think that he has some pretty reasonable predictions. Now, I think that we did indeed hit some kind of bottom here. If we look back, I'm going to talk about the charts in more detail, but we had our ups and downs. Overall, though, we have put in, a nice baseline stabilization area on a lot of these crypto charts, and that's what we needed, right? So I do think that the bottom has been put in. Of course, if we get some kind of flip back over and Bitcoin moves below $6,000, then we'd be bearish again. But it seems more and more unlikely by the day that is going to happen, right? Especially right now after this recent move. But everything is possible in this crypto market, and keep in mind, I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm just here to share my personal opinion. Now, I also want to talk about Ripple. Ripple got a massive move. As you probably know, if you watched my last video, I am bullish on Ripple. It actually went up 75% during Friday's bullish trading session. And if we look at the chart of 2 days ago, we can see that we actually got a over 100% increase in just 2 days for Ripple. So we actually peaked today, if we look right around, let's see, went quite high, 76 cents. So very impressive, massive move for Ripple. And like I said, I do like Ripple here. I think that it's going to be one of the cryptos, as I mentioned on my Twitter, that's going to thrive over the next couple of weeks to months and really be one of the better performers. However, in the short term, I do think that we might see a little bit of a pullback here. So I'm going to talk about that during our technical analysis, but that is something that I did want to mention. And with that being said, we're going to hop over to the actual technical analysis section now. So for Bitcoin, we are back above our middle band, which is always a great sign. Indicators have fully turned bullish at this point. Good steady buying volume still, nice uptrend breakout. The one thing is we are starting to face resistance at $6,800. So I think that we could stretch this move up until $7,141. But overall, we're reaching maybe our first area of resistance. So we could start to slow down a little bit. Like I said, we could push this up until, basically $7,100 still. But overall, once we reach this $6,800 area, we'll probably get some consolidation. And then relatively shortly thereafter, maybe 2 weeks or so, we should start to move, closer to $8,000 next. So I still think that we are going to continue this move higher over the next few weeks with a couple, breaks here and there. Now, taking a look at Ethereum, we can see a very nice gradual increase in buying volume, very steady there. Indicators also nice and steady. We got a bullish divergence as well. So Ethereum is actually pretty nicely set up here. The one thing holding it back is got a lot of resistance at $273. Also the upper Bollinger Band that's there. So we may actually see some consolidation here between $220 and $273 before we're ready to make that next big push back above $300, right? Really, we want to get back towards $500, and I think that will happen. Could even happen, before the end of the year. So that would be pretty cool. Let's take a look at Litecoin, see what's going on. Litecoin is still increasing nicely, got good buying volume as well, bullish divergence on the indicators. Actually, a lot of buying volume here over the past week for Litecoin specifically. It is pretty range bound due to the Bollinger Bands. Could definitely see this one moving up to $70 within the next week still. And after that, we'll have to see, are we going to pull back and consolidate, or are we going to keep on pushing higher? It's hard to tell at this point, but I definitely think that we are going to test $70 pretty soon here for Litecoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ripple. Obviously, a lot of eyes on Ripple right now. Definitely in the spotlight. Crazy candlesticks towards the upside. Huge green candlesticks. Huge amount of buying volume as well. But we are peaking, right? We are extremely high on the RSI, above the 80 line. Completely parabolic move. We are highly above the upper Bollinger Band. And we can see a very long upper wick, which means that buyers were not able to sustain these higher prices just yet, which makes sense, right? And, sometimes you can see this, continue to move higher, but it just looks like, if not already today, within the next 2-3 days, we're really going to pull back, and our resistance level seems to be around this 56 cent area. Could be, a little bit lower near there, but for now we're above that. So let's just put it at right around 56 cents. And as you can see here, we never actually test that 41 cent level or that 36 cent level. So those are two potential pullback areas where we would then get a bounce. Those are the areas that I'm looking at, and we have a lot of support at 41 cents. So, if it's strong enough, we probably won't even go down to 36 cents. But I'd say it's almost good if we do go down to 36 cents. That way, at least we really did clear out any further potential of retesting that area for the most part. And I think that overall, I like Ripple. The fact that it already get back above 50 cents, even if it comes back down again, it broke through that resistance, and that's really what matters here. So still like it. Do think that we might get a bit of a pullback, but either way, I think that over the next few weeks we will continue to move higher and hopefully reach $1 sooner rather than later. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be, let's see. We're going to go over to Nano and see what's going on. So Nano is right now trading still range bound between 36,000 Satoshis and 40,000 Satoshis. I think this might happen a couple more days. And let's go ahead and take a look now at our next crypto, which is going to be Neo. See what's going on with Neo. Definitely a little bit on the weaker side, but it looks like it is starting to pick up the pace. So indicators moving up nicely. And sorry, indicators still want to see these move up a little bit more, but the volume is moving up very nicely. I do want to see Neo get back above $20 and hopefully above $26 to fully confirm a bullish breakout, and then get back to $43. We'll have a good opportunity, a really big breakout there. So that's something to watch. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stellar Lumens now, see what's going on. Going over to the Binance chart here. Huge move for Stellar Lumens as well. That wasn't able to sustain though. It looks like we could start to pull back into this symmetrical triangle formation, maybe pull back to 3,400 Satoshis. I'd say that's pretty likely within the next week, unless we're able to, get a move above our uptrend line that lasts. But if that doesn't happen, probably within the next week or so, we'll test 3,400 Satoshis again. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be EOS, and take a look if it also was able to get a strong move like that. So actually been very steady here, which is good to see, right? You don't always want those super huge moves because then you need to get proportional pullbacks. So here we got a very steady gradual increase for EOS moving alongside its uptrend line, and this usually lasts much better with less big pullbacks. So that is an advantage. It is a little bit slower though. Good steady buying volume, facing a bit of resistance here at 9,300 Satoshis. I think that we might even make a move down up to our downtrend line relatively soon here, but it looks like we are aiming to reach the end of the symmetrical triangle formation at 9,100 Satoshis before a further move higher. Let's go ahead, take a look at Lisk and see what's going on. So Lisk is still very much range bound here, consolidating right below $3.51. It's probably going to continue a little bit longer. we're going to look for a move above $3.51 and above our middle band to confirm a breakout, and that should be followed by a nice move as well in the indicators towards the upside. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano now, see what's going on. So Cardano got a very nice reversal, now made its way back above 1,254 Satoshis, which is exactly what I predicted, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. So at this point, we're back in a much safer area, even if we do get a little bit of a pullback. And I think that we might get a little bit of consolidation between 1,254 Satoshis and 1,500 Satoshis. But overall, now that we're back above our support, we should be able to get back above 2,000 Satoshis probably within the next 3 weeks if we get another big bull move in the market. Let's go ahead and take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA, now moving above 56 cents. Looks like the indicators could start to pick up the pace here, especially if we get a move above 52 on the RSI. Probably going to consolidate a little bit longer here due to this upper Bollinger Band that's coming in on the price. But overall, I like where IOTA is at. We've already put in a really nice amount of support in this area, so that gives us a nice base to then move higher and get back above $1, which will be the true move to put us back in a much more bullish playing field. With that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for those live cryptocurrency market updates, and I'll see you next time.